'Cause where have you been all my life? Baby, I've been searching far and wide for you to come home to settle down on a lavish mansion where we can unlock our new expansion, watching our love while we're watching the sunset on the ocean, taking views of motion, understanding emotion, communication, dedication. 'Cause where have you been all my life? Baby, I've been searching.
How to make corn hash or hash and rice pescatarian edition. I'm sorry that I'm filming this a little bit later than I should, but let me give you all a little brief rundown of what corn hash is. Corn hash is barbecue, or Boston's, but that's been grilled or slowly cooked and roasted down, and it's now been like shredded up. That's barbecue, what we know as barbecue. And then they take it a step further and they add potatoes and a couple other things y'all see in this video, and they grind it up and they make hash and rice. So a lot of times when you are in South Carolina or Georgia, you can either get you some barbecue or hash and rice, either one. Most people use barbecue to make sandwiches with, paired with macaroni and cheese, collard greens, whole bread or cornbread, ribs, other meats. But it's a big thing down south in the area, and we love it. And it's hard for me to go without. So when I went pescatarian and not being able to have access to foods that I normally eat, it was kind of hard. There are so many Southerners out there who want to put down the bad habits of the meats that we eat. It's kind of hard because it's tied to our culture heavily. So like, you can't even go to a fast food restaurant and get you anything but from certain restaurants, because certain restaurants only can sell fish. A lot of restaurants don't. A lot of restaurants just sell chicken in 13 different formats. You feel me? So it's just like, just trying to bring more awareness to it, and also like just make it easier so that you're saving your money and you don't have to go out and eat. But you can also eat the things that you see when you're out, but can make them pescatarian when you're at home in a very cheaper, better way. So the first step you want to do when you're making hash and rice is you want to boil your rice. I'm going to be using basmati rice. How I measure my basmati rice, I don't care if it's a 1/3 of a cup, a 1/4 of a cup, a 1 cup, a 1/2 cup. You're going to take a scoop of that out. Once you take the scoop of that cup, pour it into your pan. And you're going to rinse your rice so that you don't have any flakes or anything like that, and you're going to get some of the starch off of it. Some rice you don't want to rinse because the starch is kind of helpful. Sometimes I don't wash my basmati rice because it can like add to the taste and the smell and the aroma when I'm cooking it. Let's say whatever measuring cup you picked up and used, you're gonna take one of those, and you're gonna use 2 cups of water to that 1 cup. So every 1 cup of rice or every 1 scoop of rice that you use, you wanna go on with 2 cups of water. Top on top of it, you wanna add a little bit of oil first and a little bit of salt. Medium, anything that is medium on the stove. You wanna be on medium, and then you wanna wait about 12 to 15 minutes. Once it starts to boil, you don't want to take the top off of it, because the more moisture you have in it, the more after the water boils, it goes and seeps back into the rice to where it can cook it even further. A lot of people think when the water is going, the rice is done. No, your rice will still be crunchy as hell. So you want to just go ahead and make sure that you're doing that. Now go and get you your canned tuna out of the cabinet. Albacore tuna works. I've noticed that all tuna have worked for me. They just all offer you different types of textures when it comes to cooking, if that makes sense. So yeah, so after you get your canned tuna, you want to open it up. You want to strain all of your juice out of it. You want to take that and you want to add it into a blender. You want to add maybe about a cup of water to that blender. After you blend this up to where it starts to look like hash, you want to pour all of this mixture into a pot. Vinegar. ketchup, mustard. With the barbecue sauce, I didn't have any, so I ended up using a seasoning that had a smoked flavor to it. Basically, anything, if you don't have barbecue, you're gonna find anything that has a smoked flavor to it. If you have liquid smoke, use that. But anything that has a smoke flavor to it is what you wanna use. Worcestershire sauce. One of the best things I will tell you about this corn hash is it takes almost 5 minutes to prepare. A lot of corn hash can take hours and days to prepare because it takes you getting the meat first of all, cooking down the meat, which takes a tremendous long time. And a lot of people make their hash with different types of meats. Sugar. To create this texture that I'm talking about. And I just did it all within 5 minutes and it tastes, you don't taste any fish. You don't taste any of the sea taste to it. It tastes just like barbecue. Now, you can choose whether to add your sauce in, all your sauces and seasonings in the blender, or you can add it inside of your pot. I recommend adding it into the pot and pan because you can like see the color as you go along, as you're heating it up. But yeah, be careful not to overcook this because it is not a boss's ass. So you don't have to overcook it to get it to where it's the temperature, the texture of hash. If you want to go a bit further, you can go into, a styrofoam container that you usually see when, in the South, they give it to you in their little white cup with a lid on it. Or you can go and make your macaroni and cheese, which I'm gonna have a video in my channel about. So we're done cooking. This is how it turned out looking. I'm about to get a bite of it. And it's amazing as always. This is a copycat recipe for corn hash or beef hash. And it to be pescatarian. And it tastes exactly like beef. Exactly like it. So, y'all want to enjoy. And make sure you subscribe and send me pictures of y'all making it too. To enhance the dish, I will make whole bread. I will put a video of making whole bread, but I'll also post images of what whole bread is. That will be another channel, but another video, making whole cakes. But whole cakes is a perfect addition when it comes to eating hash and rice with cornbread.
I can't stop living it, I can't stop living my whole life. Can't stop living it, I can't stop living my whole life. Can't stop living it, I can't stop living my whole